up, guys? This is Matt with Colorado Spirits Collective. We are here at Abbott and Wallace Distilling in Longmont, and I'm joined by the owner and distiller, John Young. What's going on, John?
Thank you, sir. Hi, John Young, co-founder of Abbott and Wallace Distilling. My business partner is H.K. Wallace. I'm the Abbott, he's the Wallace. It's named after our folks.
How'd you get into distilling in the industry and everything?
Yeah, so kind of the story begins. Long story short, it begins when started homebrewing in college, obviously. But after college, HK, my business partner, his father passed away, and they were kind of searching for answers and looking for what to do, and his mom suggested, why don't you start a brewery? And I said, yes, let's do that. So eventually decided to move out to Colorado and work for a brewery to kind of learn the industry inside and out, and got a job for Avery Brewing Company. And I told HK to get his ass out here because Colorado was awesome, and worked for a brewery's great. So he moved out, got a job for Upslope Brewing Company, and one of the regulars at Upslope owned a vapor distillery. They make Boulder spirits. And the original owner at the time convinced HK to start a still manufacturing business. So they started a business in the garage, the American dream, making pot stills.
Yeah. And
I moved in with them, bought the first still, and started taking beer from the brewery and moonshining with it. And we were like, hey, this is pretty good. Yeah. And it was around that time that my mother passed away. And so it was also like one of those moments like, let's just do it. Yeah. So we also kind of saw the writing on the wall with breweries. There's 400 or 500 breweries in Colorado. So distilling whiskey seemed to more suit our skill set and our taste buds. So in 2015, we incorporated as Abbott and Wallace Distilling Company.
Sweet. So you guys used to be technically Longtucky Spirits. So what was like the transition for?
Yeah. So we started out as Longtucky Spirits because as the project came together, it became really about the community. We have 27, 28 local investors, and we're working with local farmers. I'm sure we'll talk about that a little bit later. Yeah. But we really wanted our distillery to be a reflection of the community. And Longtucky was an old name for Longmont, whether it be a good or bad thing. We were like, hey, we're going to own this. We're Southern boys making bourbon in Longmont. Longtucky seemed perfect. Yeah. And so we launched with Longtucky. But as we grew and kind of expanded and distribute down to the Springs and Denver and whatnot, people are like, what is Longtucky?
What does that mean?
Yeah, do you guys make Montucky? Are you from Kentucky? There was just too many questions. So we decided to kind of revert back to Abbott and Wallace. We felt that it represents better who we are, where we come from, where we're going. So we'll always be Longtucky at heart. We still have some Longtucky products, but as we grow and distribution expands, we're like, you know what, Abbott and Wallace is going to be a little bit simplified story and a little stronger representation of who we are.
So you still incorporate kind of the Longtucky like accents and stuff like that through like your labels and that kind of thing?
A little bit. We still have kind of the fun-loving community nature.
Right.
We're still the same guys, make the same products, and we wanted Abbott and Wallace to strike a similar tune, where we're serious about our spirits, but not about a whole lot else. We don't want to be too uptight about anything, and just like to have a good time. So we thought Longtucky represented that, and we want that to continue with the new brand.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's always a good time whenever we come up here, so that's for sure. And then let's you got a pretty good lineup here, so you gonna walk us through?
Yeah, you want to jump into some booze? Yeah. So everyone's excited about. Let's see, we got bourbon and rye. Those are going to be our top selling products at this point. But it took us 3-4 years to get there. We have our 4th anniversary coming up June 26th. They're both award-winning products. We just won gold at Denver International Spirits Competition for the bourbon and silver for the rye. But the rye is super unique, so you love the rye. So
can't get enough of the rye.
Yeah. So the rye, all locally grown. We're working with Schlegel Farms and root shoot malting, but with the local grains, the rye varietal we use is Aristeuch, which has got some nice rye spiciness, but it's not over the top, slap you in the face. But that rye spice, along with how spirits tend to age in Colorado, I think the Colorado kind of terroir, where you get a big oak finish in a lot of the whiskeys out here. And I think that just pairs with the rye really nicely. But, truck. It's a good thing we kept that door open.
Stand by.
It does take a long time to make whiskey the old-fashioned way. So gin and spiced rum kind of paved the way among a few other spirits we have. But those were our top 2 selling products, and also still our probably 2nd, 3rd, 4th best-selling products even now today. It's nice to have a variety of products, but those paved the way for our barrel-aged products. And then we also use our spirits to can cocktails. So we're one of the only micro distilleries working with local farmers, fermenting, distilling, blending, and canning all on site. So we have control over the entire process, and we're able to create some really unique flavors that way. So these cans are packing with flavor. It's not a 5% hard seltzer. This is 8%, kind of like dark and stormy style Caribbean Queen. It's got more spiced rum, ginger beer, and elderflower. It's just so much more flavor than a vodka mule.
Right.
The gin and tonic might be our closest seltzer. It's super light and refreshing. This is like the porch pounder on summer days or mowing the lawn. It is just so crisp and refreshing. Even if you don't like gin or tonic, it's like a gateway.
Right.
It's gateway to gin or other canned cocktails because it's so light and refreshing. The Julep was one of our original cans. It's made with bourbon, mint, and maple syrup. We actually just started distributing that into Kentucky.
Nice.
They like bourbon.
No big deal.
They like bourbon and mint juleps, and they liked ours so much they brought it on. Old Fred Minnick just gave it a gold medal or whatever his Ascot award was. So feel pretty excited about that. People are enjoying the canned cocktails abroad now. Watch out. So, and then the Amara Spritz. This is kind of the underdog here. It was Steamboat Spritz, now it's Amara Spritz. It's my wife and I's favorites because it's kind of the most complex. It uses our bitter orange liqueur, Amara Orancha, some California Sauvignon Blanc juice, and just carbonation. So it's kind of like an Italian aperitif, like a Campari Spritz or something like that you have in Milan or Venice.
Sweet. Mm-hmm. Solid lineup for sure. And then we're here in your tasting room, which it's one of the more badass ones that I've been to for sure. You guys do comedy nights and that kind of thing?
Yeah, so we're always looking to entertain. It's not just about the booze here. We want to have a good time. So Friday, we used to do Fridays. Saturday, Sunday, we have live music, either on stage here or out on the trailer. We got a new patio for more outside seating. We also have comedy on Thursday nights. We have our anniversary, like I said, coming up June 26th. So we'll have Distillery Olympics. So it's usually every couple months we'll have either a concert series, a comedy showcase, or just a party. We like to tiki. We have a lot of spice rum. We have a new overproof rum. So we love making tiki cocktails. Prohibition night is really big for us. Yeah, so every week you can find music, Saturdays, Sundays, or comedy on Thursdays, but I'd say every couple months we're looking to have a party.
Cool. I want to tell us more about the Distillery Olympics, because that sounds interesting.
Yeah, so, we launched them last year with their anniversary. It was kind of a little awkward with COVID, but, we made it happen, and we lined up, I don't know, we had like 5 or 6 people going at once. So we did a couple rounds where we had the AstroTurf you can see outside. We had lanes spread out, like of course 6 or 8 feet wide. And then people would move grain sacks, roll barrels, pour a cocktail, fill a bottle, like things that you do in the distillery.
Right. But
we had just the common public come and test their skills. And it was a lot of fun.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was a good time. Some hootenanny involved.
You kind of touched on it before with the whole expansion comment, I guess. So you guys are obviously expanding. So where are you guys going into, like on a local Colorado level and?
Yeah, the biggest thing is just Denver is just looming at large, and we are in most of the large stores down in Denver, but there are a lot of great neighborhood shops down there that we're still trying to get into.
Yeah.
So if you're seeing this and you want to try Abbott and Wallace, you don't see us on your shelves, please ask your local manager to bring in some Abbott and Wallace. But yeah, so Denver's the big one. We've got some mountain distribution, but also having a good presence in the Springs.
Yeah.
And Fort Collins is kind of a new territory for us as well. So we've got Longmont and Boulder pretty well covered, but yeah, just kind of expanding along the Front Range and making sure we have a good presence in our backyard before moving on to other states.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. And then where can we find you on here and social media?
Yeah, you can definitely find us. We're here downtown Longmont. So we're kind of the corner of 4th and Terry Streets. And then you can find us. Google knows where to find us. Google knows everything pretty much. Or AbbottandWallace.com. Facebook and Instagram, Abbott and Wallace Distilling. That's how you can stay up to date with what we're doing. We're trying to post every day.
Yeah.
So
you got some pretty funny, solid posts. You definitely hit the sense of humor on there for sure.
Yeah, like I said, we want to take our whiskey and our spirits seriously, but we try not to get too pretentious with our message. We just want to keep it real and have some real good booze.
Cool, sweet. So go follow Abbott and Wallace on all the social media. Follow Colorado Spirits Collective, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. That's all we got.
Great. Thanks, man. Yeah, just a working man.